Communism, democracy. Two of the most influential political ideas in modern history. One promises equality through collective ownership. The other ensures freedom through the will of the people. But can these two political philosophies coexist, or are they fundamentally at odds with each other? Today we are going to try to answer a provocative question. Is communism fundamentally incompatible with democracy? Short answer is yes. For the longer answer, please continue watching this video. First, let's define the two terms. Communism, at least in theory, is a classless, stateless society where the means of production are owned collectively. Everyone works according to their ability and receives according to their needs. It is a vision popularized in the Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. Democracy, meanwhile, is a system of government where power is held by the people, typically through free and fair elections, political pluralism, and protected with the help of individual rights. So where is the conflict? At first glance, communism and democracy may seem compatible. This is perhaps why communist parties have been elected through democratically conducted elections in several parts of the world. Some I am quite familiar with myself. After all, people can vote for communism. The problem arises when we dig a little bit deeper. Communism, particularly according to the Marxist philosophy, envisions the dictatorship of the proletariat, a transitional state where the working class seizes power, dismantles capitalism, and abolishes class structures. But historically, this transition is not temporary. It does not end in freedom, it ends in centralized authority. The goal of communism is to eliminate private property, markets, and eventually even the state itself. But to get there, Karl Marx argued that a powerful, centralized government must first be established to suppress opposition, usually violently. That is not democracy, that is authoritarianism. Let's look at the historical record. Soviet Union under Lenin and Stalin, one-party rule. Elections existed, but only one party was allowed on the ballot. That is a sham. China under Mao Zedong, the Communist Party crushed dissent, outlawed opposition, and orchestrated mass campaigns like the Cultural Revolution that silenced millions. Cuba, North Korea, the erstwhile East Germany all followed the same pattern. Communism meant the end of political pluralism. Why? Because democratic systems depend on freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and the right to organize opposing parties. But communism sees these freedoms as threats to the revolution. Democracy thrives on decentralization, power divided across institutions with checks and balances. Communism, by contrast, consolidates power to reshape society from the top down. Even when communists win democratic elections, like in Venezuela or in Eastern Europe during the Cold War, once in power, they tend to dismantle democratic systems to prevent counter-revolutions. Why let the people vote against the revolution? They can vote for the revolution but never against it. Some will argue, what about democratic socialism? That's a different beast. Scandinavian welfare states are not Marxist utopian countries. Democratic socialism embraces capitalism with regulation, not the abolition of markets. Even Scandinavian countries themselves would not claim to be communist or even socialist. They are definitely capitalist countries. It's worth noting every fully communist regime in history has trended toward authoritarianism and not towards open democracy. So is communism fundamentally incompatible with democracy? Based on its ideological foundations and its historical implementations, the answer is very, very clear. Yes, communism is fundamentally incompatible with democracy. Because while democracy empowers the people, communism empowers the state, often at the people's expense, despite usually having the name people in the official name of the state. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown thought-provoking, then please continue watching other videos on this channel and don't forget to be awesome. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.